Good morning, Internet yoginis and yogis, and good morning to everybody in the room. Today, Monday, Mystic Fitness, rain. We have a lot of it. Water is life, even if it's a little bit excessive. We're going to work with it in our flow. We're going to take that element and put it into our practice today. So come to a seated position on your mat. Please, as I said before to the people here, don't wait for me to modify any pose in any way you need. It's your practice. Don't wait for me to drink water. Don't wait for me to stop, come to child pose, or to even just lie down and take it easy. That's yoga too, if you're breathing. And with that, we're going to start our practice today by just coming into the body. The quickest way is just to shut the eyes and start listening to what is going on around us. Kind of setting the boundaries between the outside and the inside. Observing, no judgment. And with every moment of observation, start twisting or turning that awareness inward into the breath. Softening the belly, letting the air come in and out. No real effort. No filtering through the brain. Just be the actual breathing. And notice if after a few breaths you need to start enlarging the movement of the breath. And go along with it. Maybe bringing the breath from the belly into the rib cage, expanding to the sides, not only to the front. And keep that breath coming in and out through your nose. Allowing the heat to brew inside of you. A few more of these deep, deep breaths on your own pace. And on your next inhale, keep your eyes still shut, but bring your hands, lift them around, over your head. And then, together, palms of your hands to your heart with your exhale. Set an intention to your practice and be kind to yourself. And on your next inhale, open your eyes and smile. Circle your hands again up. This time, look up. Bring some of that beautiful energy from the clouds down to your heart. Reinforce your intention. Be kind to yourself. And start twisting from side to side very gently with your breath. Hands can do whatever. This is an awakening of the spine. Be kind. And just keep that breath flowing with the movement. If there is any tension you are observing, then put a pin in it and come back to it with the breath. Next time you're on the left side, and I'm not mirroring you, so you're opposite to me always. Stay on the left side. Inhale, straighten the spine up. Exhale, twist, but lower those shoulders. Release and take it to the other side, to the right side. Again, this time positioning yourself in a static twist. There's always a difference between moving in and out and staying in one. And bring it back to the center. Walk the hands in front of you until they're straight. You can tap the fingers, release the head, and start moving the head from side to side, maybe saying no, setting up boundaries, maybe saying yes, accepting something new. And then come on back up to the center and some side bends. Again, gentle and soft from side to side with your breath. One hand at a time supports you. Option to always close your eyes if you want. And next time we're on the left side, again, I'm opposite to you. Stretch and stay in that bend. Again, experience the difference between the movement and the static bend. What happens to the breath? And take it to the other side. Take your time in positioning yourself, feeling where that bend comes from. And as usual, lower those shoulders, don't crunch them up. Come back to center, walk the hands forward, and come to table by lifting those hips up. In table, we always stack our joints and start some somatic movement just to check the body out. So I'm moving back and forth like a baby, swaying myself. And you can bring the hands a little bit forward so the movement grows bit by bit from the pelvis. So I'm moving my pelvis in and out, and that's what ripples the rest of the movement. And so if I drop my hips all the way down, if I don't want it, my chest opens up. So just keep on doing that, maybe coming all the way down to child's pose and maybe coming all the way up to upward dog. And if you are here in upward dog, maybe move your hips from side to side, strong shoulders always. Just again, test the waters. And if you are in child pose, maybe open the knees a little bit wider and come to heart melt, which is basically child's pose with your head looking forward, a little bit like puppy. That will definitely open the upper back. And then back to your swaying. At some point, meet me in table proper, adjusting everything back, and some cats and cows. So start with cow, inhale, and exhale, cat. A few of those, maybe rounding the shoulders as you curve and round the back. Maybe even bending the elbows a little bit in cow, if it feels good. And then just drop the hips to one side, not all the way to the ground, but as I'm doing, and then to the other. It's a bit like wagging the tail, but a bit deeper. I'm staying. And then look at the feet behind you. And do it once more. Excellent stretch for the glutes. And then tuck your toes under, come to hero pose on your heels, stretching the feet and taking care of our wrists. So here anything goes, anything you like. I'm gonna be just modeling whatever you need or didn't think of. It's so essential. I've noticed that the small joints that actually carry us, like the heels and the wrists through yoga, are very temperamental. We have to really take care of the extremities if we like a long practice. And just finish your warm-up with a really nice shake. Let everything go through the hands, throw it out. Be the cloud, rain it down, and come back to table. Untuck your toes, tap, 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 tap. Big breath in, and let it out through your nose. Tuck your toes under, and bring those knees to a hover, pushing into the wrists, but not only the root of your wrist, but the whole wide opened hand. Pay attention to that base, and let's move back and forth with our knees hovering just as we did before. Now, if this is not in your practice, then lower the knees or lower one knee. Just move back and forth a few times. Start bringing your awareness to the pelvis and tuck the tailbone in a little bit, eliminating the lower back curve. And then release the knees, untuck your toes, a wholesome breath in child's pose, stretching the back, stretching the core. Exhale through the nose. Keep that heat inside. Come back to table, tuck the toes under, bring them to a lift, and we're going to step the left leg forward as far as you want and back, and then the right forward and back. So I'm doing the swaying, but I'm also stepping the legs. Keep those shoulders strong, tuck the tailbone in, and lift the leg not with your thighs muscles, but try to bring it from the core. 2 more times on each side. Breathe. 2 and 1. Release to child's pose, wholesome breath. Through the nose. Come back up to table. Tuck your toes under, and this time come to downward dog, either with knees bent or not. Start working that opening of the upper back. Roll the shoulders away from your ears. Release the neck. Say yes and no. And then work on those hips, pushing to the back of the mat. Maybe straightening the legs. Only maybe.
One more breath, and then start walking the dog, stretching the hamstrings. Keep on breathing, opening the back. Don't crunch the shoulders. Don't look forward. Release the head. At some point, come to stillness. Again, either knees bent or not. It's up to you. And here, after releasing the neck and the shoulders, try to suck the belly in and up. On your next exhale, bend the knees, look forward, walk to meet your hands forward, fold. Bend your knees plenty, and again, release the head. Release the hands. Let everything fall to the ground through the crown of your head, anything that you don't need. And we'll just shake a little bit a few times by bending the knees, your own pace. So maybe you're shaking fast, and maybe you're just coming up and down, pumping yourself. And notice how when you come up and down, you're actually engaging the core. And then come again to stillness. Bring the hands to the mat. Right leg pushes back to runners. Square the hips and maybe stretch them a little bit again with that somatic movement. And when I say somatic, I mean just swaying in a way that your body likes. It has to be sweet. And then push the left leg to plank. Nice. Hold it for a breath and come to the mat. Untuck your toes. Inhale. Exhale, baby cobra. Don't go up, just baby. Release. Table. Child's pose, a wholesome breath. And bring it back to table. Tuck your toes under. Downward dog. Take whatever movement you need to reset. And remember that in downward dog, the feet are a little bit wider than the hips. Breathe. And again, on your next exhale, bend the knees, look forward, walk to meet the hands forward, fold. Once again, just a few shakes. Nothing fancy. Come back to stillness with your breath. On your next exhale, hands to the mat. And this time, shoot the left leg to the back. Again, a little bit of opening here of the hips without opening them to either side. It's just up and down, testing. 1, 2, 3. And then push the right leg back to plank. All the way to the mat. Inhale, exhale, baby cobra. Release. Table. Child's pose, wholesome breath. Come back to table, downward dog. Downward dog, a whole breath. And then bend the knees, look forward. This time maybe hop. Forward fold, you may start intensifying the movement. You can stay with your knees bent and release the head. But if you want a little bit more, you can grab hold of the outside or back of your legs and start bending and extending the legs. And the difference between the shaking and this one is I'm pushing my hips up. I'm still releasing the neck, but I'm pushing the hips up. So maybe when I'm straightening my legs, I can bring my forehead to my shins and pull in with my hands. Everything slow and with your breath. And then bend the knees, release. And let's come all the way up.
A tiny bit of a back bend, engaging always the glutes, dropping the head, nothing more. And come to Tadasana, mountain with heart center or extended Tadasana, it's up to you. Come back to the yoga, inhale, exhale. On your next inhale, circle, sweep the hands to the sky. Bow forward, bending the knees, hinging from the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, another halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat and maybe jump to plank. Make it soft. So option here to come to baby cobra again and meet us at downward dog, or coming to chaturanga and then upward dog, downward dog. It's your choice. So push forward, halfway down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Walk the dog. Nice. Come to stillness. And on your next inhale, right leg goes up in the air. Lift the back heel, bend the leg to your chest. Step it in between your hands. Once again, come deeper, once or twice, just dip a little bit. And then bring the back leg to meet the front. Come back up to chair. Chair proper. The feet are together. This is your choice. I like them open, hip distance apart, but it's your choice. Keep on holding here. It's a high chair, and pay attention to your lower back. Don't sass it out. You always want to tuck that in. One more breath. And circle, sweep the hands to the sky. A little bit of a back bend again. And then forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. One more halfway lift. Exhale, jump to plank. Chaturanga Dandasana or baby cobra. So push forward, downward dog. Sorry, to downward dog. Just meet me there. And on your next inhale, left leg goes up in the air. Lift the back heel, bend it, step it in between your hands. Dip twice, just feeling it. And then shift that right leg to meet the left and come to chair. Your choice of placement of the feet. Tuck that tailbone in. And the rule of thumb is you can see your toes, so your knees are not over your toes, and also your shoulders are higher than your hips. So this is not chair, this is. But if you go lower, push that bum back, then tuck it in and lift the shoulders. That's much more strenuous, but so rewarding. One more breath. And lift it up. Back bend, maybe coming lower. And come to Tadasana, hands to heart center or extended, either way. Breathe. And let it go. Come back to the intention of the yoga. Come back to the breath. And on your next inhale, circle, sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This time only once. Come to plank, either jump or walk, and stay. Tuck that tailbone in, push the mat away. So that's where the power is, in connecting lower core to chest, and behind us, connecting the shoulder blades to the QLs and the pelvis. So it's one big corset. And imagine I'm coming behind you, pulling on those laces, and you're just sucking it in.
Exhale, chaturanga, and meet me in downward dog. Upward dog. And hello. Now, option here to lift the heels a little bit and twist, but keeping the limbs straight. So I'm stretching the sides of my body, and also the glutes, by the way, without bending. Once you did that a few times, you can bend the knees, bend the elbows, and bring it as low as you can to a hover. Don't let it go. And then come on back up. And then to the other side. And come on back up. And then if you need, get off your wrists, come to your knees. A little bit of water, a little bit of circling the wrists. Warming up. Everybody's ready? Good. Meet me in downward dog with your breath, stillness, yoga, and as much as you can, unjudgmental mind. Be kind. And now bring the right hand under your body to hold the left shin. So the lower you hold, the more of a stretch you get to the leg. The higher you hold, the less. So your choice. And then once you're stable here, inhale, and on your exhale, twist under your armpit and look up. Push those hips back. Release. Take it to the other side. Left hand, right shin. The lower you go, the stretchiest it feels in the leg. Look up and twist. Breathe. Bring it back. Bend your knees, look forward, hop to meet your hands. Forward fold again. This time, step on your feet. So bring your foot on top, the foot on top of your palm of your hand. So we're stepping on the palms of our hands, not on our feet. That we do all the time. And again, a little bit of an intense pose here. So release the knees first, then start releasing the neck. That's essential. Release the shoulders, and on your next inhale, push those hips up. On your exhale, pull on your hands and bring that forehead to the shins. Now the whole pose is based in your hips. The more you hinge, the more you get closer to your shins. One more time. Inhale up, the hips up. Exhale, come to your shins. And release. Use your core coming all the way up. Back bend just a little bit. Engage the glutes. And come down to chair. Hands in heart center. Shift your weight into the right leg. I'm opposite to you. Lift the left leg, shoot it back, and come to a twist, bringing the left elbow over the right thigh. Option here to open the hands. And again, remember those dips we took? This is where you dip down with your hips and open your chest. So you're intensifying the pose by lowering the hips and making that right thigh work harder. Bring the hands back to heart center. Come back to center. Bring that left leg back. Shift to the other side. Right leg goes back. Same deal. Deep. Create that deep, low opening of the hips, and then come to the twist. Open your chest, lift it. Engage the legs. My knuckles of the toes are white. That's how much I'm pushing them into the mat. Option to open the hands and then maybe lower, but only the pelvis. It's a small movement. And always knee on top of the heel, right? One more breath here. Bring the hands back, bring it back to center. Bring the back leg and stay in chair. Tuck the tailbone in, dipping 5 times. Lower than you can without shifting the knees. So it looks something like that. Okay? The knees are stuck. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Come all the way up. Back bend. Lower yourself to a forward fold, halfway lift. Exhale, jump to plank. Stay in plank. And breathe. Bring the feet together. Drop the heels to the left. So left hand in the center of the mat. Open to side plank. Option here to modify. So you can either bring the left leg down or the right, the top leg, in front of you, bent. Whatever it is, push those hips up. Exactly, Mary Ellen. Circle the hand. So this is A. Station A, you can circle the hand. Station B, you can bring the leg up, bend it, elbow to knee, and circle the hand, and basically bending the leg as well. Yep, we're working the sides today. And bring it down to plank. We still have the other side. Bring the feet together, push with me, tuck that elbow, that tailbone, bring the right hand to the center, drop those heels, side plank. Take a minute to adjust. And then either circle the hand in any direction you want, you can even switch directions, or you can bring that knee to elbow and circle with it. It's pretty cool when you do it. But again, you modify you, right? One more circle, push those hips up, and come back to plank. Release yourself to forearm plank. Breathe, tuck the tailbone in. And now we're gonna step the right leg forward and back, left and back. If you want a challenge, bring the knee to the elbow. If not, just a small step. And we're working on time here. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release yourself to Sphinx and breathe. Breathe, stretch, maybe coming to full seal. And if you do, you can open your feet a little bit. Release the head, option always. And come to the mat. Breathe. So the whole game is elevating the heart rate and quickly convincing the heart to come down. That's where your shape is. Push to table. Push to child's pose if you need. Drink water, don't wait for me. If not, then keep on breathing. And up till now, everything was pretty balanced, both sides at the same time. So now push back up to table whenever you're ready. I will wait for you. And then to downward dog. Make those small adjustments in downward dog, releasing the head. And on your next inhale, right leg goes up, lift the back heel. Hold it here. Try not to open the hips. So just hold it here. And bend it to your chest and push it back up without opening the hips. So the hips are square. Back in and out. Back in and out. Two more. Back in and out. In, tuck it in, round your back. Push that leg into your chest. Flex the foot and step it in between your hands. Open up to Warrior Two. So Warrior Two, I've been saying that it's a hip opener, and it's true. But one leg is bent and the other is not. So the hips are not going to be completely open to the side, because if I do that, what happened to the knee? It goes in, compromises the ligament. That's not okay. So the intention is to stack the knee over the heel first. Then work on opening as much as you can of the pelvis, but it's still a little bit to the side, and that's fine. The shoulders, however, are open, right? Circle your wrists. Taking notes from Mary Ellen today. Flip the front hand and reverse the warrior. Left hand can do whatever. And I found that staying here is beautiful. So bring that right leg hand up, not back, up. Stretch the side, the right side. Now the bending comes from the left side. So here you just tuck your rib cage here, in. That will allow the bending to happen without traumatizing the right side. One more breath. Pay attention to your knee, don't straighten it. And bring it back to Warrior Two. Side angle is next. Again, we're going to stay here. Pay attention to your knee. This is where we pay attention today, the knee. And now lower those shoulders. And here again, we're stretching the left side that just worked so hard. So the more you stretch the hand up, the more stretch you feel in the hip flexor, in the obelisk. Feel it, breathe into it. If you want more, lift the right hand over your head or in front of you, whatever is comfortable for you. We're going to be here for 2 more breaths. Hug, snug that core. Lower the shoulders, don't crunch. And on your next inhale, come to Warrior Two. Exhale, come to 5-pointed star. Nice. Come all the way forward. Forward fold. Very soft knees, you guys. Hands can hold the legs, heels, shins, or come in between the legs. Whatever it is, release your head. Release the shoulders. This time around, they can crunch up if it's natural. And just breathe. Once again, we'll do that intensify forward fold by just lifting on your inhale the hips up and then shifting your weight into the toes and grabbing the legs or the ground and pushing down with your head. Now, if your head is on the ground already, maybe close a little bit your wide stand. Pull with your hands in, shift your weight into your toes, pull or push those hips up, And keep on stretching those legs. And release. Bring the hands to the center, everybody. And bring those heels inward just a tiny bit so it's easy to bend from side to side. Side bends, not too fancy, just feeling the inside and stretching it. And at some point come to stillness indeed. Parallel the feet once again. Release everything to the center. Release the head. Maybe shake a few times as we did before in the warm-up. And then open the hands to a T. Snug your core again and come on up. Also, glutes work. Come back to warrior two with the right leg to the front. Lift the back heel. Come to high lunge, twisting the hips. So it takes time, but it's really rewarding if you try it. Now maybe close the legs a little bit in warrior two. Lift, try it if you didn't succeed the first time, from the hips. This is what's happening. Very slow and controlled. Hand over your head. Shift your weight forward. Come to stick. Or warrior three. Release the left leg to the ground. Inhale, circle, sweep the hands to the sky, back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Forgot I have cameras here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, jump to plank. And hold. Come to a side plank on the left side, but this time, release yourself and the hips to the side. Okay? Bend your legs, one on top of the other. Then come to your forearm and make sure the shoulder is stacked over your elbow. Yep. Now this is what's going to happen. Have a visual. I'm going to push up and open at the same time and come down. Okay? If that is not available, then just do this. That's an option too. Or just this. Your choice. Okay? Let's go for 5. So, up, down, up, down, up, down. Push those hips up and open. 4, I think, and 5. Beautiful. Come back to your forearms and take it to the other side. I'm just going to switch sides. 5. So, stack the shoulder over your elbow. If you want to take it up a notch, then do 2 the time I'm doing 1. It's up to you. Left hand can do whatever. So up and down, up and down, up. 3, down, 4 and down, 5. Nice. Come back to your forearms. Come back to Sphinx. Breathe. Push to table. Excellent time to have a drink of water. And if you're not like me and didn't forget your towel, I'm downward, forward fold, and the dripping is in my eyes, and I'm like, sweat. I forgot. How we doing? Good? Beautiful. Come back to downward dog. Make those small adjustments you need in order to come back to the yoga and reset the focus, the breath, the energy, the mind. Breathe and just be happy. And on your next inhale, left leg goes up in the air. Remember, we're going to do those 5 to the chest. Lift the back heel, and we're bringing it in and out. Don't open the hips. Hips are square. 2, and up. 3, and up. 4, and up. 5, hold it. Push up even more. Then flex the foot, bring it in between your hands, and come to warrior 2, like a dance here. It's a dance. That's what it is. Adjust. Make sure you remember what I said about the knee. Don't let it go in, don't let it go out. This is the base. Then everything aligns itself. Open the shoulders, the thoracic spine is happy to twist. That's what he's there for. Flip the front hand, reverse the warrior. 4 breaths here, so take your time and adjust. Engage glutes. That will help you drill those feet into the ground. Left hand shoots up, not back. And then the work is going on in the right obelisk. So you push it in, letting the rib cage move, and then maybe get another half an inch down while the left side is stretching. 1 more breath. Come back to warrior 2. It's a dance. Breathe. Take it to side angle. So forearm to the thigh. Another peek to see that I'm not moving. Open the right hand to the sky. You may stay here. No need to go anywhere here. But if you want a challenge, and I'm always offering those, right? Bring the left hand either in front of you or over your head. Try both. Sometimes one is better than the other. I don't know why, but for me, everything over the head feels more balanced. Harder, but more balanced. And on your next exhale, come back to warrior 2 with that dance. Take pride of that movement. Straighten the left leg. Bring both feet together. A little bit of a back bend with a wide-legged stand. So hands either on hips or on sacrum, whatever is good for you. But try to roll the shoulders first back, okay? And open the chest. Then inhale, open the chin. And only then push those hips forward, soft knees. So the beauty in this, and take another breath and come to center again, is that we can release the glutes while back bending, as whereas everywhere else we always crunch the bum. So that's a nice one. And then bring those heels inward. Once again, pay attention to your knees, same direction as your toes. You don't want to drop them in. A lot of pressure on the inside of the knee, not healthy. You stack it over your heels, and then you push that pelvis in. Now, when I say push the pelvis in, this is not it. That's not it. It's where it's comfortable to you, and the knees same direction as your toes, okay? You can even move from side to side to make sure you're stable. And then just drop into goddess. Hands do whatever. There's fire mudra that I've learned from Erin. There's lotus, pinkies and thumbs open to the skies. Can be heart center, can be hands on the hips. You choose. I want to be here. I want to be here, really be here in the pose. Now, if you want more, lift the back heel, the left heel, and lower it down. Do the same with the right. Now you can keep on playing between these two. And you don't have to go high, just enough to activate the calf. Remember, you are getting energy from whatever you do with your hands. So pay attention to that and suck the belly in. And then if you want more, lift both heels and stay. Be in the pose, be the goddess. Release the heels and come on all the way up. Straightening the limbs, bringing the hands to your thighs, bend the knees again, a little bit of a stretch to the upper body. So right shoulder goes in, straighten your hands so you're pushing your thighs back. And the
right shoulder drops in. You can even look up. Wonderful stretch for the whole back. And take it to the other side. So knees bent, hands straight, left shoulder comes in. Once you're stable, look up. Beautiful. Come on back to goddess. Come on back with that dance to warrior two with the left leg in the front. Take a breath, lift the back heel, and come to that high lunge. Adjust the feet. I always have to adjust the feet. I never come into a pose and I'm ready-made. So please take the time to make it really comfortable. Hands over your head. Suck the belly in. I'm one line from the tip of my hands to the back heel. Option to drop, as we did in the warm-up. And then push yourself to stick pose, you guys. Anyhow you get here. 2 breaths. Dial that right hip down. Point those toes. Bend the standing leg, come to chair. But not for long. Up. Heart center. Good? Yeah? Ready for balancing? Beautiful. So usually when we're outside, I cannot resist doing the tree. So I'm going to let the tree rest. We're going to do eagle. So most of you know how to come to eagle. Most of you also have your own way. I'm going to cue it, you do you, okay? So I like to come to chair first before the hands. That doesn't mean I'm right. That means that's what I'm cueing. You do you. So come to the chair, engage everything you've got. Then I open my hands because it opens the chest a little bit, but I'm not untucking the tailbone. I'm tucking it in. Bring the right hand under the left. And then think a little bit before lifting the leg. Again, you do you. And then shift weight to the left leg. Open the right and bring it over. I'm opposite to you, you guys. Once I'm here, your memory, your muscle memory, will remember that dipping. Come lower. Hold it. Suck the belly in. Adjust the shoulders. They have to be the same height. And release. A little bit of movement, hands up and down, and maybe the hips. If circling the hips is not in your practice, you can always bend your knees and just move from side to side, forward and back through the knees. The movement will happen. And adjust yourself once more. Open the chest before coming to chair. Tuck the tailbone in. Push those hips back without compromising the core work. Then open your hands and bring the left hand under your right. Then shift to the right. And maybe open the left leg and then tangle it. Or maybe just sit down and tangle it. It's up to you. Then work on the upper body. You have the base. Align the shoulders with each other and open your chest. Suck the belly in. Look forward. Adjust. Maybe sit lower. Breathe. And come on up. Release. Hands up. And down. Circle those hips one more time. And come to the third top of your mat. Legs hip distance apart. Opposite from what we just did is yogi squat, because we're gonna open. So we're gonna do it by the count of 6 and stop in every station. Hands can do whatever. Heart center, hips, zombie hands, whatever. Okay? So, same rule as in Goddess, knees same direction as the toes. Take care of your knees. 6. Breathe. 5. Breathe. I'm starting to shoot my hips back. 4. I'll give you the side view. 4. Hinging from the hips. 3. Breathe. 2. Breathe. Open the knees. 1. Breathe. Now we're staying here. This is not yet the full squat. Engage glutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release to the bum bum and legs forward. So that is so good for your glutes, you guys. If you have lazy glutes, that's how you awaken them. I'm up to 30. Just here, how do you say, bragging. I'm bragging here. But it's really good for all the glutes because you're in abduction. You're not linear. You're in abduction and you're still working those glutes. All right? And now one of the beautiful core. And then I think we have the core set, and then I think I'm gonna come to the stretching. So come down, and remember, transition is a pose. So I like to tuck my core in, flex the feet, and bring the forearms behind me. Yes. So I'm coming to this pose as if it's a pose, okay? Keep those legs together, the feet together and flexed. That will engage the legs. So the legs are straight in front of you, in flex, and the feet touch. And then push into the shoulders, opening the chest. So there's a difference between this, right? This and this. You want to be here, but at the same time, you're tucking the tailbone in very hard. Then lift the legs in that flex to a hover. Just here, just hold it. 10, 9, suck the belly in. 7, 6, flex, 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 flex. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, and now do exactly the opposite I said. Release everything. Release your head. Release the shoulder. Release the leg. Just a day at the beach, right? Breathe. And set it up again. So push into the elbows. Push into the shoulders, open the chest. Tuck the tailbone in. Flex the feet together. Bring them to a hover. We're going to scissor, but the scissoring, it's not scissoring. It's going to be the right leg up and then the left. So it's kind of like linear scissoring. I don't know how you say it. But paddling, whatever. Just keep on doing that. Now I want you to pay attention to the lower core. Suck the belly in and tilt your pelvis up. So I am rounding my back at the same time opening the chest very hard. And my feet are in flex because I want my thighs to work as well. Keep on going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go to the beach. Go to the beach. You can even go back all the way to your back. I just find this so nice for the neck. But, again, you do you. Just enjoy. One more breath. And set it up again. So, same positioning, same place. This time, it's the mother of all core works. You can choose if you want your legs in flex on point. You can sit this one out, or you can go with me to lift to 45 degrees, straight legs, 45 degrees, a breath,
Bend to your chest, but keep that tucking of the tailbone and straightening up to 45. Bring it in. Exhale. Inhale, 45. Keep pushing into the elbows. In. Inhale, 45. Exhale, in. 45. 3 more. In and out, 45. 2, 45 degrees, yeah? Last one, leave it there. Lift those hands to kind of low boat. Tuck the tailbone in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release to the mat. Oh boy, I feel it in the midsection of my core as well as the lower. And there's nothing that I like more. Maybe plank. Open your hands to a T. Roll those shoulders down. Bring the feet to the mat. And just windshield the legs from side to side. Nothing too fancy. Just enjoy the movement. Relax your sympathetic nervous system and breathe. Next time you're on the right side, leave them there and take any modification of supine twist that is good for you. So maybe both knees on top of each other, or maybe the right leg is on top of the left knee. Now, if you find that place of sweet, sweet stretch, look to the left. Enjoy that opening of the side. And if you don't find it really easy, maybe change the angle in which the knees are. Maybe closer to your belly will be better, maybe away. And as usual, option here to bring the right hand to the left foot and straighten the left foot to the right. It's just an option, you guys. Two more wholesome breaths here. And then, if your leg is straight, bend it. Bring it back to center and drop the legs to the left. Again, do whatever you need to stretch that right leg this time. Right side, sorry. Maybe both legs are on top of each other. Maybe the left leg is on top of the right knee. And if you are in a sweet, sweet spot, then look to the right. So your neck is also engaged. And as before, option here to bring the left hand to the right foot and then straighten the right leg, obviously to the left. One more breath. And bend the leg if it was straight. If not, just bring the legs back to center and position the feet closer to your bum bum. Hands to the side of your body, either facing up or down, your choice. Tuck the tailbone in first. Roll the shoulders down. And this is baby bridge. This is where you can stay and work on that lower lumbar spine.
Now what I'm doing here, I'm pushing the shoulder blades into the mat while pushing the hips up. So I'm kind of playing a tag of war. You can stay here, as I said. If you want more, you can come to full bridge. And if you come to full bridge, shoot into your heels first, activating the glutes, and then lift them. Lift the glutes and the thighs. Pay attention to your knees. Don't open the knees. Keep on breathing, stretching the core, but activating the glutes. My shoulder blades are still at the top, touching the mat. If you need more, interlace the fingers behind your sacrum and roll a little bit higher. Breathe. At any point you can come to baby bridge. It's all good, no judgment. But breathe. Now a little bit of mobility, so lift the toes and open them to the side like Charlie Chaplin. And then you can open your hips and your knees as well. That will give you an option to go higher. Try it. And activate the gluteus medium, the abduction side of the glute, where your dimples are. Push up, push up. Then bring that back to linear bridge and release down. Bring the knees to your chest. Give yourself a hug. Whew. And just rock from side to side if you need, or just breathe, you know. Release the shoulders. We tend to crunch them up here. Release them. Then release the left leg to the mat. Leave the right leg at the chest. Interlace your fingers on the shin and pull the leg in and then away from the rib cage. And now, I always thought this pose is about opening the right hip, but it is as much stretching the left hip flexor as well. And the way you do it is by absolutely relaxing the left leg. Shift your awareness into the left leg. Every little muscle should be relaxed. Option here, as usual, to open the right leg to the right, to dancing Raja on the floor, right hand all holding the right foot. And once again, bring that awareness to the left leg. Don't pay attention to the form. We don't care about the form. Nobody's looking. You need to feel it, to have fun with it. Release the left leg. Stretch that hip flexor. Feel the left side relaxing. There's a sweet, sweet stretch of an activation happening there. Nice. Bring the leg back in. And then left hand leading the right knee to the left. One leg supine twist. Once again, find your sweet spot. And this I learned from Amy, I think. And bring the right hand to close. Rotate yourself and close it on the left hand and then open. So do that a few times, trying to not move the legs. So it's happening in the thoracic spine, the upper side. And do it as fast or as slow as you want. One or two more times with your breath, you guys. And then bring it back to center. Bend and extend the leg a few times to the sky. Again, option here to hold the foot
And remember, you never have to bring it to a full straight leg. Even just holding it will incorporate the shoulder blades. And that's nice. And then release the leg to the ground and bring the left leg to the chest. Interlace the fingers. Bend the hands into the chest and away from the rib cage. Option 2. Open the leg to the side. Bring your awareness this time to the right side. How much of it can you leave on the ground? Inactive. With your exhale, bring the leg back in and take it to one-legged supine twist to the right. Let's do a few of those, closing and opening the book with your hand, the right hand closing on the left and opening. You can follow the hand with your head. So that's another layer of movement right there. 2 more. And bring it back up. As before, straighten and bend the leg a few times. Maybe hold it. But if you do, then roll the shoulders down. Hold some breath here. And at some point, release yourself to Shavasana. By all means, if you still have any movement there, take it out. Shavasana is as good as you make it, taking every little bit of energy out. So, as in the beginning, in the warm-up, bring your awareness to the breath. Taking the time to notice that perpetuum mobile, that never-ending motion. You have nothing to do now, so do nothing. A few breaths here in complete silence. And on your next inhale, try to bring as much oxygen in as you can. And let it go out through your nose with control. Then start wiggling your toes and your fingers.
Just bringing a little bit of movement back in the body. Maybe rotating the head from side to side, circling the wrists, the heels. Take your time breathing. And at some point, roll over to one side, to our first asana ever. Feel the comfort, the stability, the love in this pose. You are protected and loved. Push yourself back up to a seated position. You may always stay on your back. And on this Monday morning, rainy as can be, I remind you to be kind to yourself, and we never take for granted in Mystic Fitness your choice to come and practice with us. Namaste. Have a great week, you guys. Yay. So, you're going to end it